In a bustling modern high school, 17-year-old Precious was known for two things: her exceptional intelligence and her unattractive appearance. Her classmates avoided her, whispered behind her back, and mocked her openly. The word ugly was hurled at her more times than she could count. Despite being the brightest student in her class, no one saw past her appearance. Precious's life at home wasn't much better. Her mother, Emelina, was strikingly beautiful. People in the neighborhood often marveled at her beauty and couldn't understand how her daughter could be so unattractive. But unknown to Precious, her mother carried a dark secret. Years ago, Emelina had made a mistake that would shape her daughter's life. She had fallen in love as a teenager and gotten pregnant with Precious out of wedlock. The shame and regret of that experience weighed heavily on her. So, fearing that her daughter would repeat her mistake, Emelina had placed a curse on Precious, ensuring that her beauty would remain hidden until she was mature enough not to be swayed by looks or romantic advances. But what Emelina didn't know was how much her daughter suffered every day. At school, Precious sat alone during lunch. Her classmates mocked her appearance, and she had no friends to share her thoughts or joys with. Despite her inner strength, the relentless bullying and isolation took their toll. Teachers admired her intellect, but even they couldn't shield her from the cruelty of her peers. As Precious approached her final year in high school, she had resigned herself to a life of loneliness. But something strange started to happen as the exams approached. Her skin began to clear, her features softened, and her once dull, lifeless hair began to shine. It was as if she was transforming overnight, though she didn't fully understand why. The final change came the day before her final exams. Precious looked in the mirror and barely recognized herself. Gone was the ugly girl she had known all her life. In her place stood a young woman of breathtaking beauty. Shocked, she ran to her mother, desperate for answers. Emelina, seeing her daughter's transformation, realized the curse had lifted. Tears welled up in her eyes as she confessed the truth to Precious. The curse had been placed out of fear and love, but it had come at a cost Emelina hadn't anticipated. She hadn't known how much Precious had suffered because of it. Precious, though angry, felt a strange sense of relief. She now understood why her life had been so difficult, but she also knew that her beauty didn't define her. She had endured the worst and emerged stronger because of it. With her newfound confidence and beauty, Precious returned to school to sit for her exams. This time, her classmates looked at her in awe. The same people who had once ridiculed her now wanted to befriend her. Boys who had ignored her for years suddenly found themselves vying for her attention. They flirted with her, complimenting her, and even making excuses to sit beside her in class. But Precious remained focused. She knew her worth, and it wasn't tied to her appearance. Her beauty, however, didn't just catch the eyes of her classmates. As word of her transformation spread, men from outside the school started coming to her home, seeking her hand in marriage. They were captivated by her ethereal beauty, which seemed almost otherworldly. Some were rich businessmen, others were young professionals, all of them eager to win her over. Precious's mother, who had once feared that her daughter might repeat her own mistakes, now found herself overwhelmed by the attention her daughter received. But Precious remained grounded. She wasn't swayed by the sudden flood of admiration from boys or the offers of marriage from men. She had learned the hard way that beauty was fleeting, but her intelligence, her resilience, and her heart were what truly mattered. As she walked through the school corridors, head held high, Precious realized something profound. The curse may have hidden her beauty, but it had revealed her true strength. And now, as she prepared to take on the world, she knew she would never allow anyone to reduce her to just her looks again. The moral of the story is that true worth comes from inner strength, intelligence, and character, not outward beauty. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories. Stay tuned for more content.